Welcome to History Helios, where we dive into the depths of history to uncover the stories that shaped civilizations. Today, we're turning the spotlight on a tale that changed the course of an entire regime, a story of tragedy, rebellion, and transformation. We're traveling back to ancient Rome to uncover the events that led to the fall of the Roman kingdom and the rise of the Republic. Buckle up and subscribe, because this is a tale you won't want to miss. While telling the story of Rome, it's impossible to overlook the tragic tale of a woman whose fate led to the downfall of an entire regime. Today, we'll delve into the events that marked the collapse of the Roman kingdom and the rise of the Republic, the unforgettable story of Lucretia. We're in the 6th century BCE. Rome is groaning under the oppressive rule of its last king, Tarquinius Superbus. True to his name, Superbus is known not for greatness, but for being a tyrant. He imposes heavy taxes on the people, oppresses the nobility, and relentlessly pursues power while disregarding all moral boundaries. But there's someone just as ruthless, his son, Sextus Tarquinius. And this is where the tragedy begins. Lucretia, a Roman noblewoman, is renowned not only for her beauty, but also for her virtue. She is married to Collatinus, a Roman nobleman. One evening, a group of Roman soldiers start debating whose wife is the most virtuous. "My wife is more virtuous than any of yours," boasts Collatinus, and to prove his point, he suggests visiting Lucretia's home. Arriving late at night, they find Lucretia at her loom, diligently working. While the other soldiers' wives are either asleep or indulging in leisure, Lucretia's dedication and loyalty leave everyone in awe. Sextus Tarquinius develops an obsession with Lucretia. Her beauty and virtue both captivate and infuriate him. Her unyielding morality, so at odds with his own corrupt nature, feels like a challenge staring him in the face. And so, Sextus begins to devise a sinister plan. A few days later, Sextus pays a solitary visit to Collatinus's home. As a gracious host, Lucretia welcomes him warmly. But as night falls, Sextus sneaks into her room and makes a depraved proposition. When Lucretia firmly rejects him, Sextus resorts to threats. "If you don't submit to me, I will kill you and make it look like you were caught in disgrace with a slave." To fully grasp the weight of this threat, we need to understand the social values of that time. Roman society was sharply divided into patricians, plebeians, and slaves. The patricians represented the aristocracy, they held power, wealth, and prestige. The plebeians made up the common people, while the slaves occupied the very bottom of the social hierarchy, without any legal rights. As Sextus threatened, being associated with a slave would not only bring personal disgrace, but also be a catastrophic blow to a family's reputation. For Lucretia's family, their honor and social standing could have been utterly destroyed by such a scandal. Faced with this threat, Lucretia's options were limited. Submitting to Sextus seemed like the only way to protect her family's honor. However, this physical submission did not equate to a spiritual surrender. Lucretia resolved to share her ordeal with her family and defend their honor, despite the personal cost. That night, Lucretia recounted the events to her husband and father, declaring, "My body has been violated, but my soul remains pure." In defending her family's honor, she bore the unbearable weight of her tragedy. Unable to continue living with this burden, she took her own life. It was not merely an act of suicide, it was a protest against oppression and injustice. Lucretia's death deeply shook the Roman people. Led by Brutus, a popular uprising erupted, bringing an end to the reign of the Tarquinius family and toppling the monarchy. This event not only marked the fall of a regime, but also reshaped the future of Rome, paving the way for the establishment of the Republic. The uprising sparked by Lucretia's tragedy didn't just expel the Tarquinius family from Rome, it also initiated one of the most significant transformations in Roman history. The monarchy ended, and the Republic was born. But what exactly was this Republic, and how did it differ from the monarchy? During the monarchy, Rome was ruled by a king who served not only as the military leader, but also as the religious authority. This created a governance model where the king wielded absolute power. Over time, this concentration of power in a single individual led to increasing oppression of the people. Under the reign of Tarquinius Superbus, this oppression reached its peak. Heavy taxes, unjust decisions, and a disregard even for the nobility's influence pushed both ordinary citizens and the Roman aristocracy to the brink of rebellion. Lucretia's tragedy was undoubtedly a spark, but it wasn't the sole cause of the uprising. The people were already weary of Superbus's oppressive policies, the lives lost in wars, and the burden of forced taxes. Superbus's unilateral decisions as an autocrat had left the population struggling, creating a system where justice only served the powerful. This unbearable situation pushed both the nobility and the common people to their breaking point. The Republican era was not just a change in governance, it was also an expression of a return to Rome's core values. The Romans sought to build a system where the people were represented, power was not concentrated in one individual, and balance was maintained in governance. At the heart of the Republic was the institution of the consulship, designed to ensure this balance. Each year, 2 consuls were elected by the people to share authority and oversee one another. This was a crucial step to prevent any single person from holding absolute power. And that's the story of Lucretia, a woman whose courage and tragedy sparked a revolution and reshaped Rome forever. From the oppressive reign of kings to the birth of a republic, her legacy reminds us of the power of justice, unity, and the fight for freedom. What do you think about Lucretia's story? Was it simply a myth, or a true turning point in history? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for more incredible stories from the past, here on History Helios.